crossing sign. Good morning, guys. I am just out here double checking to make sure nobody else has lambed. And I don't see anything. Everybody seems pretty content. Nobody seems lammy. But I do have one ewe that is laying funny. I need to go check her. What are you doing? You're laying weird. How come? Well, my triticale was coming up nicely. It really needs watered. I need it to rain. I need it to be like 70 degrees and then rain for like 3 days. 70 degrees for a week and then rain for 3 days. What's going on? You just hanging out? Oh, okay. Just checking. Mama bird in the nest. Daddy in the tree. And they got eggs. They could be hatched already. The fact that she's standing and not hunkered down means they could have hatched. How are you guys doing? No issues? No babies? Okay, just checking. So there's Palm. She looks almost exactly like the ewe from last night, which is her sister, her twin. Except that on her nose, she's got the little black dot. That's basically how I tell them apart. But she is fat and preggers. So I'm guessing in 2 weeks, well, I think we're down to like 10 days, right? We should have some babies coming. Can you hold off? Can I put you in my May group? Can you hold off until the 25th, please? And technically, since I do give that 3-day leeway on the front and back ends of my lambing for sheep, they could potentially start lambing the 22nd of April. So I'm just cutting myself shorter and shorter on days. I really don't need to cut myself shorter on days. I really, really need them to wait and not come early. I will say it is nice being able to get out back here and be able to get up close and personal with the sheep rather than having to walk out and try to find them. Now that we have that crossing finished, makes it a lot simpler in my world. Okay, it's not finished, but we can drive across it now. We have that much of it finished. And that in our world is pretty close to done on any project we get to. Not really sure why there's just these 3 geese. They just keep wandering. I'm not sure where the rest of the flock is. Like I said, they've split into 2 groups. One group kind of stays on this side and one group stays on the other side. So, but these 3 have kind of wandered off on their own. And I'm hoping there's some girls that are sitting on eggs. I'm really hoping there's some sitting on eggs somewhere. Figure out where this flood is coming from first, but I need to check a few things out back and figure out, my husband ran over a riser last night and he asked me to check a fence, a gate that he may or may not have messed up. So let's do that and then see if we can figure out where all this water's coming from. I know part of this. So yesterday was the 15th and irrigation water got turned on yesterday and our neighbors are irrigating right now. We probably should be, but I'm not quite ready yet. Now I have 2 risers to fix, but I had a riser to fix from last year that had basically blown off, and then I decided I was shutting off the water because I didn't want to deal with it. And we were pretty close to end of hay season anyway. And then my husband broke one last night. So now I have 2 risers to fix, and then we'll have to put new fuel in the wheel lines and get them turned on and get the pump primed and yeah. Anyway, I'm guessing this water is coming from the neighbors. So you can see right in through here, there's a nice ditch that has been made underneath the fence, and that runoff is coming from the neighbors, which is where this puddle is basically coming from. So, okay, I see. When he said he tore out trees, I thought he was talking about he tore out these trees last night, but he tore out these trees last night, which is fine because we need to fix this anyway. Eventually, this field, so the fence is going to go from this post here on the other side of the willows up to the corner up here and then across, and this field here will get added onto this field and we'll put a fence around here, and then the gate will go basically on these 2 posts. It is really windy out here today. It is not like this at the barn. So I thought he was tearing out these so we could get that fence around that corner. It's okay. This is fine. This will work. Yeah, it is way windier out here than it is at the barn. Holy cow. I was not expecting that. It's a warm wind, so I'll take that. But so yeah, I just wanted to make sure, he wanted to make sure that that fence was still closed and the sheep weren't like pushing to get to the grass on the other side and knocking it down. So let's go check said sheep and make sure that there are no surprise babies anymore again. still. Palm is still fat and pregnant. Geese are all out here. And there were no babies last night. Why are you in the manger? I don't really want to like push him. We still need to fix this wheel line. There's a break in it down on this end, or a twist in it I think it's down on this end. Maybe it's up there. Maybe it's right at that break right there. Anyway, we need to fix this wheel line and then get the water going on the triticale and the hay, and we need to disc. Now that spring has actually shown up, it's time to get some of this farming work started. He had to order a set of blades for the shears because nobody in our area seems to be carrying them. They have blades for basically every other type of shears out there. They just are all out of the ones that we use on this pair. So he has some coming. They won't be here till Monday, which means I'm still stuck. I was hoping to be able to get a few more of the sheep done, a few more pulled out. I was hoping to get a few more pulled out between now and Saturday. My daughter works all week, so she doesn't have Friday off, so I won't have that help like I did last week. But maybe Saturday, if my husband doesn't have a whole lot that he wants to do, I'm sure he's going to want a disc or something. Maybe I can convince him to help me for a couple hours and at least help me get the sheep moved. I can do the sorting. It's getting them all moved that is a little difficult because the lambs really don't want to go with moms right now. So it does look like our pipe is working. So there is some water down there. There's the riser he broke. Doesn't look like there's any water coming yet. At least not on this end. Well, I have spent the last about 2.5 hours wasting my time trying to figure out how to add an admin onto an Instagram page. Not my page, but for another page that I'm helping with. And I've read their little instructions, and none of the buttons they say that are there are supposed to be there. I cannot stand looking at my screen any longer. So, please don't. I'm going to sit. I'm going to water my sheep. I'm going to let my brain think. Maybe not think. If anybody knows how to add somebody on as an admin to an Instagram page, please let me know, because I am beyond done at this point. I spent like 30 minutes. The password that we had set up didn't work for this other gal. And I'm like, okay, fine, I'll see what's going on. And then it didn't work for me. So then I went to change the password, and it tells me your password cannot be the same as your last password. So I changed the password. If that password was right, why wouldn't it work? Riddle me this. Oh, I was so frustrated by that time. So changed it. Did it several times. It worked. I sent it to her. I haven't heard back. Hopefully it's working for her. But now we need to set a third person up. So 3 of us on as admins on this page. And I can't, help.